Salutations viewers, my name is Kristen and welcome back to another one of my vlogs. Sorry I did not upload anything last week. If you guys saw in my post, I was building my new PC. She is good to go, but I just wanted to let you guys know on what parts I replaced. So I completely went from Intel to AMD, and one of the main reasons why was because the latest generations of Intel definitely weren't up to snuff to what they used to be. I definitely had some convincing because I was an Intel girly for a while, and making the switch to AMD, at first I was like hesitant because growing up AMD CPUs would overheat very easily, and I did hear some, or I looked at some stories that they did catch on fire, but obviously like that was very far and few in between, and kind of I scared myself. But I am very happy I made the switch, and it was definitely a long process. I ran into a lot of issues from switching over from Intel to AMD, but here are the lists, or here's the list of stuff that I changed. And it's basically a new PC. I thought I had to, and I'm a little mad because I didn't want to switch out my all-in-one water cooler, but I didn't have the AM5 bracket for it. I must have lost it when I moved to this place last year. So that is one thing I was not anticipating to change, but I had to. So I switched from that to the Lian Li Galahad 2 with the LCD screen, and I do really love it. It's really cool. My boyfriend will probably get my old AIO once I buy that AM5 bracket. But I switched out my 2080 Super for the... Actually, let me get my old parts list up right here. So that way you guys know what I did have and then what I switched up to, and I'll have all the links in the description down below of what I had. So for the motherboard, I had the ROG Maximus Xi Hero Wi-Fi Asus motherboard, and then I switched that to the Asus ROG Strix B60E-F gaming Wi-Fi, and I did want to stick with Asus because I do really like Asus products. Then for the CPU, I switched over from the Intel i7-9700K LGA 1151 to the AMD Ryzen 7 7800 X3D, which it was the equivalent of the one that I wanted to switch to for Intel anyways, so it was kind of perfect. And then I switched over all of my storage, so I had most of my storage. I had like 3 HDDs and 2 NVMe's M2s, and those weren't great by any means. They didn't have a lot of storage, so I switched from all of that. They were all like there was one that was like 250 gigabytes, there was one that's 500 gigabytes, and then the rest were like a terabyte or something. Yeah, the rest were like a terabyte. So I switched over all of that storage. So I have 2 NVMe M2s. One is a 2 terabyte, one's a 4 terabyte, and I did keep my 1 2 terabyte hard drive just because it had all my video stuff on it. So eventually I make that switch over, but I think I like having it its own like video storage unit, because everything else I'm going to put on the 4 terabyte and 2 terabyte. So I switched all that storage out, which gave me a lot of room in my PC. Then we have kept the PSU, so did not switch out the PSU at all. So she's still in there as the EVGA Supernova 750 G2 power supply. And again, I used to have the Fractal Design Celsius S36 pre-filled CPU water cooling system. Now I have the Lian Li Galahad 2 LCD screen AIO water cooler. And then we have, I did have the Corsair DDR4 2 times 8 gigabytes. Now I have the Corsair 64 gigabytes. They're 32 each, which I'm very glad I made that move. And the moment you guys have all been waiting for is my GPU. So I used to have the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 Super. I went for the Asus TUF RTX 4080 Super. So I definitely went double than what I had before. So it's she runs great. She runs really well, and I want to give a shout out to my friend Nick for helping me out here and getting me to where my PC is today. I'll post some pictures up on my YouTube just to show you guys kind of what she looks like now on the inside. I definitely had to get a GPU holder because that GPU is big as shit. It was literally twice the size of my previous GPU. But wanted to let you guys know where I was last week, why I didn't post anything if you guys did not see my post. But here I am, back in action, and I can actually play more heavy games now, which is so nice. And I don't have to worry about issues. Now, it is going to take me some time to get adjusted to my settings again because I forgot to save some of my settings. So I had to rebuild some of my stuff in for Stream Elements / OBS. So we'll see. It's nice to have like a fresh, clean setup. So that way I know where everything is. That's what I really appreciate about this build. But for right now, it's like me trying to figure out what else I need or had to continue to move forward. But yeah, that's where I was last week. And I'll post all of the parts in the comments down below. So you guys know exactly what I have now. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this vlog. And I'd love to hear about your builds in the comments down below and what you guys all have. And if you guys switch from Intel to AMD or vice versa, let me know in the comments down below. But that is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I highly appreciate your time as always. But please do not forget to subscribe and follow not only to my YouTube, but to my Twitch. You guys know where my YouTube is at. But you can find my Twitch at twitch.tv/thegamedame. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.